Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over some very interesting PlayStation news, so if you end up enjoying the video, drop it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So the first topic in the video has to do with a rumor regarding a potential PS5 Pro, and so we're going to be reading from PlayStation Universe, where the headline reads, PS5 Pro is reportedly in development with a release possibly due in late 2024. Sony is working on a PS5 Pro and may launch the upgraded hardware in late 2024, according to sources at Insider Gaming. This is a separate product to the already rumored PS5 with detachable disk drive, which is supposedly going to launch later this year and is expected to phase out the current version of Sony's home console. Details are thin on the ground right now, but it has been suggested Sony is looking to accelerate ray tracing performance in games, according to a patent published by Sony's Mark Cerny. A PS5 Pro would certainly fit the bill in this respect, although nothing has been confirmed by Sony yet. Sony previously released a PS4 Pro as a mid-cycle refresh, and with Insider Gaming reporting that PS6 is not expected to launch until around 2028, it looks like the format holder is looking to extend this current cycle to around the same length as the previous generation. And so yeah guys, it seems like apparently we might be getting a PS5 Pro sometime towards the end of 2024, and if this happens, then that would mean that from now over the next 18 months we would be getting two new versions of the PS5, because apparently Sony is going to be releasing a digital only PS5 later this year. It will come with a detachable disc drive for people that still want to buy their games physically, but it seems like if that comes out, that'll be the new model for the PS5. And yeah, also it seems like if this rumor of a PS5 Pro, it seems like one of the main reasons why Sony wants to do this is to take advantage more of ray tracing, because the ray tracing that we have now on the PS5 is very, very good, but it seems like apparently Mark Cerny, who is the guy who pretty much creates the consoles, apparently he's put out a patent for accelerated ray tracing. And I mean, I personally love ray tracing. It makes games look more realistic. It seems like if we do get a PS5 Pro, that'll probably be one of the main selling points for the console. And yeah, apparently also we're not getting the PS6 until maybe around 2028, late 2027. So it kind of makes sense that Sony would put out a more powerful PS5, aka PS5 Pro, to kind of like a mid-gen refresh like what they did with the PS4, you know, because if the PS6 doesn't come out until 2028, we still got 5 more years. So it kind of makes sense that like around the halfway point they would put out a beefier version of the PS5. As of right now, would I ever buy a PS5 Pro? It depends on actually what it's about, because if it's just like, oh, better ray tracing, you know, which I'm sure it'll be more than that, I don't know if I'm totally sold, even though deep down I know I would, because I would have to buy the PS5 Pro for whatever Naughty Dog is doing. And so yeah guys, down below let me know your thoughts on this rumor coming out for apparently a PS5 Pro. And yes, this is a rumor, Sony hasn't confirmed anything, this is just speculation right now, but let me know your thoughts on a supposed PS5 Pro coming out in late 2024. Moving on to the next topic in the video, we have a very major update when it comes to the future of Naughty Dog. And so once again, this is coming from PlayStation Universe, and the headline reads, Naughty Dog acknowledges fan demand for The Last of Us Part 3, but won't say if it's the studio's next big game. Speaking on the Kinda Funny podcast, Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann acknowledged that fans really want to see The Last of Us Part 3, but wouldn't be drawn into revealing the name of its next major project outside of The Last of Us multiplayer. Druckmann confirmed that the studio has already decided on its next major title, and said that it was chosen based on what the Sony-owned developer was most excited about. Quote, I know fans really want The Last of Us Part 3, I hear about it all the time. The decision has already been made. I can't say what it is, we picked the thing we were most excited for, unquote. And so yeah guys, we officially have confirmation that Naughty Dog has already decided on what their next major game is going to be after the Last of Us multiplayer game releases. It's not shocking because Neil didn't come out and say what it was, he just came out and said, hey guys, we've decided on the game we're making after the Last of Us multiplayer, and we're very excited about it, and I can't tell you what it is. You know, that's all he said, which, you know, honestly, I'll take that. It's better than nothing, because there's been so much speculation on, oh, is Naughty Dog going to make Part 3? Are they going to make a new IP? And we still don't know, but at least now we know that Naughty Dog has decided and they've already started working on whatever game it's going to be. And yeah, another thing which actually this makes me really happy is during that same podcast, Neil said that the game they chose to work on now, it is the one they were most excited for, and that's obviously always good news because it sucks whenever developers are forced to make games they don't want to. Neil even said, like, I'm paraphrasing, but he said like it's very, very important and crucial to make a game that the studio is very passionate about, because it would suck if you decide to make a game and then 2 years into the development cycle, you just don't want to make the game anymore, because, you know, that would guarantee pretty much a bad game being released. The main reason why Naughty Dog, every time they release a game, you can just always tell how much love and care is put into even the little tiny details in the games they make, and it's because they pick games that the studio genuinely is very excited for. And yeah, I mean, even though personally I hope and pray it's The Last of Us Part 3, because it's, you know, Part 1 and Part 2 are my two favorite games of all time. But honestly, if they're going down the route of a new IP, I'm all for that, because I want Naughty Dog and all developers to make games that they're passionate about. And yeah, I mean, we don't know if it's Part 3 or a new IP. Neil also confirmed that we are going to be getting the reveal of the multiplayer game for The Last of Us later this year. We don't know when. I'm assuming it'll be at a PlayStation showcase, but also it could be reserved for The Last of Us Day. I mean, who knows? But what do you guys think down below? Let me know your thoughts on these comments coming from Neil Druckmann himself, confirming that Naughty Dog has already decided its next game and they're very excited about it, but they can't confirm what the game actually is. Moving on to the final topic in the video, we're going to be going over a somewhat controversial topic when it comes to the Last of Us multiplayer game. And so once again, reading from PlayStation Universe, the headline reads, "The Last of Us multiplayer job listing points to PS4 version. Naughty Dog's The Last of Us multiplayer project could also be heading to PS4 in addition to PS5, according to a job listing for an associate multiplayer quality assurance tester. The position calls for the successful applicant to have working knowledge of PS4 and PS5 systems, which suggests the game will be a cross-generation release. Naughty Dog hasn't confirmed whether or not the game will be heading to PS4, so this job listing is all we have to go on for right now." And so yeah guys, I mean, this isn't really like a rumor, because this is coming from a job listing from Naughty Dog. Apparently they're trying to hire someone that is going to be working on this multiplayer game, and apparently in the job requirements you have to have knowledge of not only the PS5 but the PS4, so that is a big hint that this game is going to be coming to PS4. And I mean, this isn't really surprising because this game has been in development since at least 2019. So this game started development back on the PS4, so it only makes sense that it would release on the PS4. And yeah, I mean, if this ends up being true and they reveal the game and they say, oh, it's coming to PC, PS5, and PS4, honestly, I'm not worried at all, and that's mainly due to the fact that look at Naughty Dog's history on the PS4, look at Uncharted 4, look at The Last of Us Part 2. So graphically, I'm not worried at all. I mean, Uncharted 4 had a multiplayer. I'm assuming it was pretty successful. I mean, I never played it myself, but I've heard very good things about it. And yeah, I mean, obviously I wish it was PS5 only, because the game will be held back at least a little bit because it has to work on older hardware. But the fact that it's Naughty Dog and their history on what they did last generation, I'm not worried at all. And yeah, I'm just very, very excited. I cannot wait to see what this actually looks like. I can't wait to see what the different modes are. And yeah, I mean, hopefully the reveal comes sooner rather than later. But what do you guys think down below? Let me know your thoughts on the fact that, according to a job listing, the Last of Us multiplayer game might be coming to PS4. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it or found it informative, drop it a like and hit the subscribe button by turning on the post notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Until next time guys, take care.